is Satori Mateu. Welcome to another Walk and Talk with me. Let's go. So, I'm having this conversation and I'm thinking about all the different principles, and I just got a moment of like a Satori moment, a moment of enlightenment. So, you may have heard me talk about, the balance, the perspectives, and you may have heard me talk about how we put some people on a pedestal, or the vice versa, we put ourselves on a pedestal and put other people down, right? So the distinction that I came up with today was that, when you have a guide in your life, when you have a coach or mentor, or you have some kind of spiritual guide, it's necessary that you have them up here on a pedestal, but not in a way as to minimize yourself. Because if you have yourself down here and you have your guide, is you're seeing in them what you actually know that you have inside of you, but you haven't owned it. So as you have your mentor here, your guide, your coach, as you're going through the journey, you are raising your worth. Your worth is growing, right? But they are growing as well. So there's this dynamic happening here. It does not mean that you're here and you're minimizing yourself. It's a growth process. So you're growing, and your spiritual guide, your mentor is coaching you and guiding you, and you're growing together. What happens sometimes is that when this happens, right, and you get afraid that you are being minimized, your protection comes in, and you start resisting the guidance, you start resisting the coaching, you start resisting your mentor, even though it's not necessary, but there's the worry or the fear that the other person is looking down at you, minimizing you, which is not the case. So what happens here, I think that the key distinction that I got today in here is that as you're here, this person has to be here for you to even listen. This person has to be here for you even to be inspired and open enough to appreciate and respect and be open to the insights. Because if you were like this and you're equal, you would not have anything to grow into. Just like, let me give you a very simple example. If you're a tennis player and you're playing against someone that is just like you or less than you, there's no match, there's no growth, there's no resistance, there's no growth process. So you need to have someone that is better than you. You should actually appreciate and embrace that you are being guided or training with someone that is at the higher level than you, so that you can keep growing, right? If it's like this, there's no growth. So you want this. You always want to seek someone that has more wisdom, more knowledge, more experience. That's why we seek out the best in the world to train with, so that we can always grow. If it's this position, there's no stimulation, right? So we look for ways. So this process is not a minimization process, it's actually a growth process. And hopefully, you'll have a guide that is here, that is always looking to improve and grow themselves. Because otherwise, what happens? Which does happen, right? The student surpasses the teacher. So then you need to look for another teacher. Right? You don't want to have a teacher that is equal as you. It makes no fucking sense. Sorry for my language, but I'm not sorry for it. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. You want to have a teacher that is above you, so you can continue to grow. If I have some teacher that I surpassed, then I'm always looking for a new teacher. I've had many teachers in my life that I looked to grow, but when I noticed that my teacher or my guide or my mentor is not growing with me, then I change direction and look for someone else who has the latest knowledge, the latest technology, the latest expertise, the wisdom. So stay open and look for ways, look for a guide and a teacher that can give you stimulation to keep pushing you, keep challenging you. That's what you want. You want challenge, not just support. Make sense? I hope this was valuable for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.